μπορεί. Πάμε στον Κώστα Γιαλιτάκη.
Σε πολύ λίγο θα έχουμε την πρώτη κίνηση από πλευράς των φιλοξενούμενων, καθώς ήδη ετοιμάζεται να περάσει στον αγωνιστικό χώρο ο Μανώλης Φουκαράκης.
Νέα νεύρα, με συγχωρείς Κώστα, γιατί ο Μπανούσης εξακολουθεί να αλλάζει κουβέντες εκεί με τους ανθρώπους του Εργοτέλη, παρόντος του Αγγελάκη. Ο Κούτρης τώρα θα σηκωθεί για να βγει με το φορείο. Έπεσαν οι τραυματιοφορείς. Αυτό δεν είναι ωραία εικόνα. Δεν είναι ωραία εικόνα αυτό σίγουρα. Αυτό δεν είναι. Δεν είναι ωραία εικόνα αυτό.
Knockout goes on the outside of Matthew Briggs. Well, he's evaded him and he's inside the box. He goes down and the referee gives a penalty. Leicester City have a penalty in added time at the end of stoppage time. Cassetti held off Knockout and Leicester will have the chance to book their place at Wembley. Referee Michael Oliver points to the penalty spot and even our colleagues from Radio Leicester shake their heads in disbelief. He's gone down so easily, but again Briggs has just let Knockout out muscle him and he should never have got to that. Then Knockout's very clever, lent him to Cassetti, dived down, and it's a very, very soft penalty to say the least.
He's just gone down. He's you know, he's been clever. He has been touched, but hardly been touched, and just gone down. And but the ball should have been cleared a long time ago by Briggs. Long time ago.
Anthony Knockout has the chance to send Leicester City to Wembley. Almunia saves it, and again Cassetti clears. Unbelievable, unbelievable at Vicarage Road. Almunia keeps Watford in it, and Anya breaks downfield and finds Forestieri. Forestieri right into the area, gets the cross in. Hawk is there, heads it down. Didi. Pitching invasion of Watford. Troy Deeney scores the winning goal to send Watford to Wembley. Would you believe it here at Vicarage Road? Unbelievable! Watford 3, Leicester City 1, and Watford will play at Wembley in the playoff final when this pitch invasion subsides.
Now, did you catch Mr. Blobby's unforgettable contribution to the World Cup? That's right, he was singing the song. But why wasn't he on the pitch? Well, in the commentary box, we were all asking the question, just how good a footballer is Mr. Blobby?
Well, what can you say about Mr. Blobby, or as the fans call him, Blozzer? I mean, every generation has its football heroes. Blobby Charlton, Blobby Moore, Blobby Styles. But the big name for the 90s has got to be Mr. Blobby. I tell you this, I wouldn't like to be the goalkeeper standing between the goalposts when Mr. Blobby's thundering towards you. Come to that, I wouldn't even like to be the goalposts.
There's lots of talk these days about who's the better player, Gazza or Blozzer. Well, for my money, there's only one winner in that argument, and that's football. Anyway, you can't really make a comparison. After all, Mr. Blobby's thinner than Gazza, isn't he? And you can understand what he's saying.
Blobby, 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 Blobby!
I've never seen anything like Mr. Blobby. Last time I saw him play against the Broth Under-15 Reserves B team, he's taken a high pass in the centre, he's nodded it down to his toes, then he's totally wrong-footed the keeper and been facing an open goal. Yet he's only gone off to the dressing room for a cup of tea.
So many well-known British footballers have ended up here in Italy, and at the moment, Mr. Blobby's the one catching the interest. He's so difficult to tackle, the defenders just seem to bounce off him.
I've never quite seen the attraction of Mr. Blobby. He is average in midfield, not one of the game's great defenders, and you wouldn't want him up front. If I was him, I'd stick to the ballet dancing.
You know, it's a funny old game, football, and there's not many players around these days with such an encyclopedic knowledge of the game as Mr. Blobby. His tactical use of the rules and his analytical prowess are second to none, except perhaps Garth Crooks.
When I'm nearer the goal line than the outfield player, not including the goalkeeper.
Garth never did understand the offside rule.
My new series, starting next season, called Blobs and Greavesy, is going to be a real eye-opener. Mr. Blobby is one of the few footballers around who really knows one end of the pitch from the other, and believe me, that can be an advantage.